Alright, so today I'm going to talk about muscle activation and relaxation. And I'm going to talk about it in terms of Olympic weightlifting and sprinting. So muscle activation and relaxation need to be highly coordinated and precise to perform movements that require a high level of force and velocity. So as muscle forces generated create a higher limb velocity, the associated muscle stiffness wants to slow down that limb velocity or that joint movement. It wants to slow it down. So this means to increase our joint velocity in terms of a striking movement like the catch of an Olympic lift, the striking foot during sprinting, a striking blow in football, a tackle, or linemen blocking each other. That this means that we need those muscle activation and relaxation to occur in pulses. So these pulses are initiated by muscle activation, followed by a brief period of muscle relaxation, and then conclude again with another period of muscle activation. So this double pulse phenomenon, it's initiated by a muscle activation or a muscle force that initiates a limb movement. And then, like I said, that muscle stiffness will want to slow down our limb velocity. So this is where we get that rapid period of relaxation. And that's going to enhance our velocity even further past that muscle stiffness because we'll be relaxed. And then finally, we'll conclude with another muscle activation that's going to give us that muscle stiffness back. And this is going to be important when this is going to be important for our mass at the time of a high strike impact. So we can train this neuromuscular pattern of activation and rapid relaxation in the weight room with exercises like Olympic weightlifting. So for example, we start our activation in the first pull when that barbell starts coming off the ground. This will go all the way through that second pull, but once we finish that acceleration impulse after this second pull, that's when we're going to get that rapid relaxation so we can pull ourselves down back under the bar. Once we're back down under that bar, that's when we get that second activation so we can get that stiffness back in our system to be able to catch that weight and catch that barbell. So the anticipated impact of catching that weighted barbell on the second activation can be considered stabilizing or bracing by some coaches. So that stiffness that we get in that second activation can result in more effective mass of our body or our system. And this could be beneficial for athletes that constantly have to deliver a strike, like a linebacker going to make a tackle, or for athletes that are going to have to endure a hit, like a running back that has to break a tackle. So studies have shown that superior athletic performance has been linked to the rate of relaxation in Olympic weightlifters and Olympic sprinters. So activation and relaxation in terms of sprinting would start with an activation when we're at ground contact. So when we start that ground phase of the sprint, we're going to have muscle stiffness throughout the limb, and that's when we're going to get that first activation. But once we get to toe off, that's when we get that rapid relaxation so we can get that limb back around through the range of motion as quickly as possible with the lowest moment of inertia or resistance to angular acceleration. And then once we get to ground contact again is when we get that muscle activation. So it's activation and relaxation in sprinting as well. And we see a similar activation and relaxation pattern from Olympic weightlifting and sprinting. So Charlie Francis has even said that the greatest athletes he's seen have not only had the ability to rapidly activate their muscles, but also rapidly relax those muscles as well. So optimal limb and joint velocity is not only dependent on the athlete's ability to initiate high velocity force, but it's dependent on the rate of muscle activation and the rate of muscle relaxation. Now, do I think that the double pulse phenomenon from the Olympic weightlifting directly transfers over to the rapid activation and relaxation in sprinting? Well, I'm not sure, but the ability and the skill of rapid relaxation, I think, should be trained in every situation possible. So if we have the ability to train it in the weight room and we have the ability to train it out on the field, I think we should take every opportunity to train that rapid relaxation, because as we can see, it has a high transfer to the field, and that's what we're looking for, and that's why I think it's beneficial to practice this double pulse phenomenon in the Olympic weightlifting and the rapid activation and relaxation of our muscles in sprinting as well.